And we did a little oopsie again last week.
Did
Sorry, folks.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Let's oops snoots.
We did it again. Let's oops snoots.
Let's oops snoots. Tune in
We'll
to
be
Let's
back.
Oops Snoots.
Welcome to Let's Boop Snoots.
I'm Heidi.
And I'm Vero. And today we're going to talk about random stuff. Just a mix of different things.
A mashup. A boop mashup. I have an exciting story for you.
Ooh.
I didn't tell you this before, Vero. So, my sister called me the other day, and a close friend of hers moved outside of the city. My sister lives slightly outside of the city that we live in, and a friend of hers was moving out close to her, and he has a friend who breeds cane corsos.
What?
Yes. And somebody had returned a puppy back to him, and so the friend, the friend of no.
Okay.
the friend of my sister, his name is Sam, and so this guy called, the breeder called Sam and was just like, hey, like somebody returned a puppy, would you like a puppy? And Sam was like, well, no, man, I got like no money, I just bought this house and just paid for this move and stuff. And he was like, well, he's like, call it a housewarming gift, and gave him like this beautiful baby girl named Tony.
Tony,
and it's like the black and tan, like Cane Corso.
Beautiful.
And so I get to go see the Cane Corso next time I go out there. Yes.
Oh my god.
So I'm super excited about that. Can't wait to meet Tony.
Tony.
My sister was like, you should see Sam's house. I'm like, no, I just want to see the dog. I just want to see Tony.
She's gonna be like Tony the tiger.
Tony the tiger. Oh my god, he can paint her in tiger stripes for Halloween.
Oh my god, how old is she now?
Oh man, I don't know. I didn't ask. I think only like
10, 12 weeks.
I don't know if it's that brand new. It might be like oh god, I don't know. I don't even know.
Do you have pictures?
No, I don't even have pictures because I don't know that my sister went to see Tony yet. So
oh my god,
I just can't wait. And it's also exciting because now we know where to find a Cane Corso breeder.
Yeah.
So I'll have to meet Tony and see what Tony's temperament is like. Because I was debating, like, if for any of you who haven't tuned into Les Boop Snoots, I have been thinking about what my next dog would be. And I've been very curious about the Cane Corso, or Cane Corso, as some people call them. The Cane Corso. For my next breed of dog. And some family members are very opposed to it because they call them like super huge and intimidating Doggos, which they can be, and they're bred to like guard and protect, so they do have those sort of tendencies. But like when we spoke with Monsieur Doggett, I asked him what he thought about Corsos, and he said he used to have one, but like that it wasn't a good fit for his pack because he needs dogs that can help teach his pack, and like they're sort of like employees of his. So it wasn't the Cane Corso did not have the right resume for the Doggett family. But
are they a little bit independent?
No, I don't think that they're even independent. Like, I think that they latch on to like one person, but they just have like, they can have the aggressive and sort of guarding like tendencies. So his recommendation was, just like any other dog, you go and you meet the breeder and you meet the parents of the dog. And if they're like super aggressive, like don't even let you walk up to the house without being like, then he's like, then you go from there, like gauge the personality of the parents and sort of go from there. So that's why I can't wait to meet Tony.
That's cute.
Tony, I know. So very excited about that.
I don't know what I would call a dog if I had like a female dog.
I know.
I have a ton of like boy names.
Oh yeah? See, like I was even talking with my sister about that because she's like, oh, you need to get a Cane Corso, because she's like totally on board with it. And she's like, you need to get like a big like him and call him, like, I forget what she said, but anyways, I was like, no, we're getting a girl next, because I always go boy girl back and forth. So the next one will be a girl, and I'm like, I want to like Cane Corsos are just such big hefty beefcakes. My sister's like, call her Bertha. I was like, no. But I was thinking either, what was my name? Oh yeah, I was gonna call it Rhubarb. Barb for sure.
Oh yeah. Call her Zoya.
Zoya?
What's the girl wrestling show on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
Zoya the Destroyer.
Zoya the Destroyer. She's gonna be a big intimidating beefcake. I was gonna call her Rhonda. Rhonda seems like a big beefcake sort of name. Rhonda. Come here, Rhonda.
Roseanne.
Roseanne. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That would be
keep
fun.
going.
Yes. I just can't wait. Well, I can wait because it means, Becky's going to be on her way out. But as we spoke an episode or two ago, Becky's getting up there and starting to show us some health signs.
I didn't realize she was like 12, 13 years old.
Well, I'm thinking so. We never really knew because she was a rescue and they never knew.
Yeah.
But my guess is that she's like, around 12. That's my guess. Poor Becky. Poor Becky.
Poor Becky.
Poor Becky.
What about Fiona?
Fiona?
From like Shrek.
I think like I have friends that might be calling like their babies that name. Mind you, like there's I've heard of plenty of different dogs named Heidi.
I saw Heidi at the dog park.
Yeah. Was it a Swiss Mountain Dog?
No, it looked like I think it looked like a long-haired Weimaraner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
she had a little vest on with her name. Heidi. I'm Heidi.
Hi, I'm Heidi.
Look at my floppy ears.
I think Michelle used to have a client, and it was a Bernese Mountain Dog named Heidi.
Aww.
A popular bitch.
Yeah, I have a lot of boy names like Bert. I like Bert. I like Sam.
You like Sam?
Depends what breed we would get.
It depends on what the dog looks like and the breed for sure. But see, my sister is not a fan of the human names. I am.
Yeah.
I totally am. One of my most favorite like dog names ever, and it's such a like Weimaraner name, is that there was like a colleague of mine at work, and so like when I met her for the first time, they're like, Heidi, she has a Weimaraner, and she's like, oh my god, you're Heidi, everybody's been telling me about you, because we both have the Weimaraners, and her Weimaraner's name is Norman.
Oh,
I know, he's so cute.
Norman.
That's such a good like Weimaraner name too.
Norm.
Yeah, Norm.
Hey, Norm.
Let's go, Norm.
That is a good Weimaraner name.
I think it's a good Weimaraner name. You know?
I know. Now I know.
Now I know. So another thing that Vero and I were talking about was, I can't remember how many episodes ago it was, but we were talking about doggy advent calendars.
Oh yeah.
And
this week
there was a massive recall on doggy advent calendars. So I think I even mentioned in the episode, like all different kinds of places sell them, and even Costco does. And Costco, I'm pretty sure the way Costco works is that they choose like high quality products to sell to their members. So I was trying to figure out what was going on, but it was my sister who called me to tell me that Costco had called her. So I like that they called each one of their members who purchased one and told them to stop feeding it to their dog immediately. But they didn't say like, and I tried Googling it, to find out what exactly was the issue, but all it says is that Costco says that it was not up to their quality standards.
Yeah.
But it was like,
stop feeding it
immediately, and like, yeah, what else did it say? Like, be like super
out
careful.
of abundance of caution.
An abundance of caution.
Safety first.
But
yeah.
My sister was saying she was feeling like a bad dog mom, but it turns out it was okay because she kept forgetting to feed it to them. And she said, and she's like, what worked out? But she said they were weird treats, and that there was even like 4 treats in some of the windows that like you would open on the calendar. But she said they were like super greasy. Like she said she found that they were weird in a weird texture and stuff. So like, it's just like, what did they put on there? And
you know what happened?
What?
Costco listened to our episode.
I think so.
Yeah, and they're like, nope, we're pulling these off the shelf.
Maybe. I think that's what happened. Definitely. Yep. You're welcome, Costco.
Thanks for listening.
But my sister even said, because I told her that we had done an episode on advent calendars. She's like, you did? And I was like, yeah. And I was just talking about how they look super cute and people are shopping and you pick it up and it looks like you think you're being all cutesy for your doggo, and that you don't read the ingredients lists, and then next thing you know, your dog's poisoned. Mm-hmm. But she said, well, like, she's like, I took a quick look at it and it all seemed like really healthy stuff. Like, it said pumpkin and like this. And again, that's how they get you with the advertising, right? They're like,
yeah,
pumpkin 100% treats. Like natural pumpkin.
There's like just a tiny bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100% natural pumpkin and 200% pesticides and nastiness. Y'alls. So again, be very careful, folks. Don't get tricked by business.
By what the products look like too.
Y'alls. Like, read the ingredients list, Google it, research it, then go back and buy it if you think it's a good treat for your doggos.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants a sick dog at Christmas? Not me.
Nobody.
Not
Nobody.
Me. Oh. And that brings me on to the topic of doggies and Christmas, since the Christmas season's coming up.
Fun times.
But
fun
not
times
always
with your
for the doggo.
No.
You know, people talk about getting gifts and stuff. I think, like, if you get them a toy or stuff like that, there's like the gift people for their dogs, and then people who like do not, or you feel like you're treating yourself to these big meals, so you buy different products and stuff like this for your dog to have as treats,
like a little special thing.
Yeah, special bone, special this, special that, special whatevs.
Yeah,
and
it's overwhelming.
It is. It's overwhelming, but like, also, like, just be careful of what you're buying and make sure that it's safe for your dog, because again, like, a holiday vet visit is going to be top dollar after you just spent top dollar on the holidays.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is Christmas is overwhelming for humans.
Yes.
And you get tired after shopping and cooking and baking and gift giving, and you know, maybe there's a little alcohol on board, and stuff is laying around all over the place, right? Like, people usually get like chocolates and treats and stuff like this for Christmas, and they put it out under the Christmas tree. And I think it's especially important this year for people to know, because, you know, after getting all their pandemic dogs, it might be their first holiday with their dog. So you think you can wrap a bunch of treats and stuff like that and put it under the tree, and then next thing you know, you wake up the next morning and your dog's eating like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Or people leave chocolates or cookies like hanging around, or you don't feel like cleaning up at the end of the night, and then you wake up and your dog's eating God knows what. Candles even. I've heard of that before.
Oh my God.
I know. Can you imagine? That's a
tree ornaments.
Poop. Tree ornaments, big time.
Christmas lights, dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want them chewing on the lights on the Christmas tree. That's for sure.
Or like tinsel. Don't put tinsel in your tree.
Yeah. Do you want to know what's funny? Is that I just read the story of where tinsel on the tree comes from. So it talks. It's like an old German
I was gonna
folklore
say, is it
tale.
German?
It's German. So what did it say? So it was and this is totally off topic, by the way, from Doggos, but anyways, but where tinsel comes from. But yes, don't put it on your tree. So um the a mom was cleaning up the house with her broom, and when the broom was coming, all the spiders ran up into the attic in the house to not get swept up or killed by the broom. On This is before Christmas morning, 'cause she's tidying up. And then on Christmas night, the spiders came down, like,
Oh.
to look at the tree, and they landed on the tree and they played in the tree, having such a great time. And then when Santa Claus came, he was happy that the spiders had so much fun, but the tree was covered in their webs, and he knew that the family would be unhappy, so he turned it silver to make the tree look pretty.
Oh,
And that's what,
Santa.
and so I didn't know this, but like there's people put like spider, it's a German tradition to put like a spider ornament on the Christmas tree,
Really?
and then they put tinsel on it too. I'll have to ask my German family members about this, but yes, it was a German
Hmm,
spider, a wolf
cool.
spider.
Heidi does not like spiders.
No, I do not. This
No.
German right here do not like the spiders. Christmas spider or not.
No,
But
thank you.
back to the topic of Christmas and dogs. Yes, they eat everything. They get into the tree. If you're bringing a real tree in the house, before decorating it and making it all pretty and putting all your stuff under, maybe give it a couple of days, because dogs might be like, "Oh, thanks for the porta potty."
Yeah.
Lift a leg
Lift a
on it.
leg.
They might chew the branches.
Yep.
So all of these things to look out for. And again, with the trees. And I can tell you, the first Christmas that we had Becky, my mother-in-law had bought us two like large Toblerone chocolate bars. And it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
still, like, we didn't even, they weren't open, like we hadn't cracked into them or anything. They were like fully like in their cardboard boxes, Toblerone bars. And one went missing, and we were like, what the heck? And then a second one went missing, and Becky had eaten not one but two ginormous
Oh
Toblerone
my
bars.
God.
And I thought for sure, like, I was like, well, there goes Becky. But she had the the Toblerone squirts, not the Hershey squirts, the Toblerone squirts. And that was about it. Thank goodness. But again, that's a perfect example of how just put your stuff away after opening it. Go put
Yeah.
it away, like all the dangerous stuff. Put it away in the closets and the cupboards and stuff like that, and keep it away from your dogs.
And if you have a doggo and you're going to have a lot of guests over for Christmas
Yes.
and kids, that can be overwhelming for your dog as well. You can make sure he has a little safe space that he can go to, like put his bed maybe in a separate room where he can just go and relax and get away from all the loudness and the chaos of Christmas.
Exactly. All the smells and stuff, and loud kids running around, and kids always want to go and pet the dog. So again, watch the
Yeah.
kids.
Watch
Watch
the
the kids around the
kids.
dog.
Chomp, chomp.
And also, guests like to feed your dog treats
I
when
was
you're
just
not
going to
looking.
say, watch your guests.
So, especially if like every Christmas Eve, like my family, we celebrate Christmas Eve, and they come over, and my dad cooks dinner, and I'm cooking like alongside him in the kitchen together, and I'm constantly telling the dogs to get out of the kitchen, and my dad's constantly calling them in and feeding them stuff, and it's this like constant like in and out. The dogs just keep coming in, and I turn around and I almost trip over a dog, and I'm like, get out. I always say
Aw.
scram is the word, and they know to get out. Scram.
Scram.
And they go running out, but then when I turn around, I see my dad feeding them like scraps from he feeds them potato peels. He's like, they love them. And I'm like, Dad, stop. I love them. Yes,
Oh,
they do
my
love
dad
them.
was the same with Wiggum.
Yeah.
Just always like giving him stuff. Like he would just fling it off the counter.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad
Yeah.
just like hand feeds it to them, doesn't make them do anything for it. He's just like, here you go. Oh, they love it. They love
Good
it.
dog.
Yeah. But oh, there was something else I was going to say about Christmas too. Yes, that all the people can be overwhelming, a faux show. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
room upstairs. That is a very excellent point. The other thing I was going to say is sometimes other people are bringing their animals over. So,
Mm-hmm.
which brings me to my next story. So a colleague was telling me at work today, she has this hilarious cat. And when I say hilarious, I mean it's probably like the cane Corso of cats. He's not very big, but he's very aggressive.
Oh no.
And like apparently like she has like a little cat door in her kitchen and he's brought birds in, like live birds,
No
and that he has
way.
in his mouth in
Oh
like in the
my
morning
God.
before and stuff like this. And I guess like sometimes like if she's doing something that he doesn't like or whatever, like he'll like attack her or whatever. So anyway, so a friend of hers recently got a puppy
Oh my
and
God.
was like, can I bring the puppy by? And she's like, yeah, for sure. Like, cats typically like when a dog's in the house or you bring in like like an unknown beast of some sort into the house, they take off and hide, right? So her friend brought over this puppy and they bring the dog in and the cat just attacked the dog. Just like full on attacked him, and then the
How
dog was
old
like
was this puppy?
I again I didn't get the details of that, but and I don't even know what kind of dog it was. She showed me a picture and it looks like it was like a mutt of some sort, but it looked like schnauzery.
Okay.
I don't know, sheep dogishy schnauzery, like it had like the goatee sort of going,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Anyways, and so that her cat just 100% attacked the dog. And so my friend was like, oh my goodness, and tried to pick up the cat, and then the cat attacked her, like, and lunged at her and like bit her right in the butt. And so she was just like boom, and just picked him up and took him upstairs and put him in his room. And she said he was just friggin' howling, like howling. The cat, not the
Oh
dog,
my
the
God.
cat. The
Oh
cat was
my
howling.
God.
And I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, your cat is so crazy. She's like, I know. I'm like, you have to put him in his room? I'm like, did you take away his phone and video games? Did you have to put
Oh
the
my
kitty on
God.
a timeout? Bad
That's
kitty.
crazy.
I
That poor
know.
dog is going to be like marked for life.
I know. I probably don't like the kitties anymore.
Probably not. There's like this time when you have a dog and they're, I think it's like up between 16 weeks or between 12 and 16 or 12 and 18 weeks, anyways, where if they experience something negative, it might affect them for the rest of their lives.
Oh
So you kind
man.
of have to be careful what you do with your puppy during that time,
Well, yeah.
and that might leave a mark.
I was gonna say that puppy is scarred literally and figuratively for life. I just can't believe. Can you imagine? Here
Bad
they were
kitty.
probably worried about the puppy getting the cat, but it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Charlie's an aggressive kitty.
Oh my
Bad
God.
kitty.
My
Bad
neighbors have a
kitty.
kitten,
Oh
and
yeah.
he's so cute.
What kind of kitten? Just a
I
mix,
don't
whatever.
remember. No, it's a type
Oh,
of kitten. I can't remember though. But
oh,
he's like really, really cute. He's tiny, but they want to
yeah.
socialize him with Ralph. But I'm like, I think we have to wait. Ralph is nice, but he's a little much.
Well, if they want to socialize him with Gibbs, Gibbs is pretty good with the kitties.
Yeah.
Did I ever send you
Oh,
that photo of? So I
with the
there was
orange cat?
yeah,
Yeah.
but my mom has two cats, and I forget why I had Gibbs, but I was stopping at her house, and we brought him in, and Gibbs has the um, obedience to listen to me, and so yeah, I kept him on the leash, of course, and slowly brought him in and just walked, and I just would say, Gibbon, like, look at me, if the cat was getting close to him and stuff like that. But the cat just literally walked up and started weaving in and out of his legs and like rubbing his face
Oh.
on his elbows, and Gibbs just sort of stood there like, oh, he was like, okay. And then she has a black cat, came down, and Gibbs went to go sniff at him in the windowsill, and that kitty did not like it, and he hissed and gave him the old cactus swat. the
There we
prickly
go.
the prickly kitty. And then Gibbs was kind of spooked after that. So later on, like I told Gibbs I put him in place. Like my mom has this little round carpet at the bottom of her stairs. So I was like, place Gibbs out. So he was laying there. And then the orange kitty came around walking towards him, and Gibbs was sort of like, just like keeping an eye on him, like, oh my God, like, is he going to give me the cactus swats? And then the black kitty started coming down the stairs towards him. So Gibbs was like literally like cornered by the two of them, and his eyeballs are super big, and I snapped a shot of him where like literally like his eyes are like looking to the side towards the orange kitty, like he was like guys
Help.
guys
Oh,
it's the prickly kitty.
poor Gibbon.
But no, he did well, and he just goes and he sniffs them, and eventually I could like I left the leash on him. I always leave the leash on my dog when we go to a new house, so that you can grab them if they're going to do something naughty. But naughty. So again, if you are visiting somebody's house for Christmas, I recommend leaving the leash on your dog.
Oh yeah.
Because if they dart after something or they go and they grab something, you can grab them really quick and take them either outside, like they go to lift a leg on furniture or the nicely decorated Christmas tree. You can grab them real quick and scooch them outside.
Or the counter.
If they're counter surfing. Going for some Toblerone chocolate bars.
Or a nice turkey.
Or a nice turkey dinner. Oh yeah, that would be bad.
With stuffing and gravy. Oh.
Yeah. Actually, and do you know what? A good treat to give your dog that you don't have to buy at the store or anywhere would be the turkey neck inside your turkey.
Yeah.
If you're making one. Sounds gross, but you give it to them raw, give it to them out in the snow. They'll chew it for hours.
Nom nom.
It's a nice, healthy treat for your doggo.
Absolutely.
You could give that a try, folks.
Yeah.
But on that same note, if you are bringing your dog to visit somebody's house and you know that they have animals, again, like I just said, like 50 times in a row, keep the leash on for various reasons. But also, if you are bringing them to a house with another dog, again, like listen back to, there's been several episodes where we talk about how to properly introduce dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, have them... if you guys
flappity
flappy. That's the gibby flaps. The gibby flaps. Introduce them outside if you can, in a common area where you can watch them. So like backyard is a good place, because if you just let a dog go running into another dog's house, things could get territorial. If the food is out, especially.
Oh yeah.
I would recommend hiding the food bowls or keeping them out of reach, because if the visiting dog goes to approach the residing dog food bowls, that could wind up in a big fight, and nobody wants like I said, a Christmas vet visit. Very pricey.
No.
Very pricey. So yeah, those are some things to definitely look out for.
I can't believe Christmas is 2 weeks away.
I know.
I
know.
Are
you? And I think I asked you this on one of the last episodes, but are you getting Ralph something?
Probably.
Oh yeah?
Probably just something he's going to destroy. Yeah, I don't know. We'll get him a slush suit.
Oh, yes. Slush pants.
But the thing is, like, he doesn't know.
I know. Well, that's the thing. They don't know, right?
They don't know.
Yes.
Speaking of Ralph, Heidi came over earlier for a prong collar fitting. Heidi did not realize how big Ralph was.
Yeah.
The prong collar did not fit. So yes, Heidi tried something interesting with Ralph. Apparently there's this thing on Instagram where people bark at their dogs and they have funny reactions. So Heidi barked at Ralph, and he was actually a little scared of her after.
He was like definitely like sheepish.
Yeah.
And like not
like
skittish,
unsure.
I would say. Like, yeah, he was like giving me the hairy eyeball.
Yeah.
Like he was like, what? But then he was like, he listened to me. So when I first arrived, he made a go for my boots, and Vero had to remove them from the room. So when I was going to leave again, I went to go grab, so I grabbed one boot and put it like back into the hallway, and then he went to go grab it. So I went, and then I barked at him again. I went, woof. And then he sat back, like looked at me again, like, what the heck? And sat and just sort of looked at me. And I put both of my boots down, and he kind of looked at them, but he didn't go for them.
Yeah.
And then I waited until he looked at me, and then I let him go and sniff them, but I put them on my feet pretty quick.
I need to teach him not to grab people's boots.
Well, just tell them to bark at him.
Bark at him. He doesn't chew them. He's like
Yeah,
playing with them like crazy. Like he swings them around.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like a game, and I don't know if I like that game. So yeah, gotta teach him not to touch the boots.
Yes. The boots.
The boots.
That's the other thing. Go just to bring it back to Christmas things to look out for is watch people's articles of clothing, especially if you have a puppy. Pom-poms on like, I remember my sister bought like these moccasins, like, and they're expensive like boots, right? And they have tiny little like rabbit fur like balls hanging off of them, little pom-poms. So my sister was like absolutely terrified that the dog was going to get those, so she put them like on a top shelf, like in the closet, so they never got destroyed. But her dog definitely destroyed like pom-poms off of hats, like mittens that are tied together. So like if people have like expensive articles of clothing, which sometimes they can, like fur coats or this type of thing, definitely put them somewhere safe, folks. You close those in a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
Because doggos will eat those up quick. But yes, we had a visit earlier tonight. Because we're going to try to fit Ralph for a prong, but he's too big. We called him Thick Boy.
Yeah. He's been okay leash walking. He's been a little crazy with the snow.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I might try that, see how it goes. He might calm down after some time, like with the wind, with the snow. So we'll see. Because I walked him today and he was pretty good, but there was no snow on the streets.
Yeah. It's pretty. We're thawing out this week. We're having a pre-Christmas thaw. Yeah. It's tough. Like some dogs I find like super react to the snow, like big time. Like I can remember being so excited to show like Gibbs the snow, but mind you, he's got no fur, so he just finds it very cold.
Yeah. He's not like, he just wants to sniff everywhere.
Yes.
He's not like running at the end of the leash and like pulling really hard. It's like a constant tension.
Sniff. Yes. Yeah.
And it's hard. So
yeah,
I'll try the prong collar.
Pull you around, especially on like slippery, icy sidewalks. You got to be careful.
No, merci.
No. So this brought Vero and I back to the prong versus e-collar discussion.
Yeah. So the e-collar sounds interesting to me because Ralph does other things like jump on the kitchen table, jump on the counter, for which an e-collar would work really well.
For all of you guys that don't know what these two collars are, so the prong collar is sort of like known as a pinch collar. And it looks like, again, like it looks like it could be like super like a torture tool.
Yeah.
It has like these metal prongs that like all around the collar. But the thing to it, and I've said this time and time again on our show, is that you go and buy products for your dogs and they don't come with instruction manuals or even like YouTube video. Like a company should pick like a list of YouTube videos to be like, here are the different ways in which you can use it, and even just like recommend it to them. But anyways, so prong collar, I tried one with Becky way back in the day and just ended up like choking her and harming her really bad. But it's all about the placement of it, and you need it high up around the neck, like close, almost like in behind the ears is where it should be placed.
Yeah.
And so that when it sort of tightens with them when they pull on it, but that is the response area, because that area up high around the ears is where Mama grabs them by the scruff to be like, hey, get back here.
Yeah. And that's where
and
the
that's
slip lead should be as well.
exactly. So that's the sort of response that you're looking for. So the prong collar isn't about yanking and popping the collar and stuff. You can do those things for them for a correction if you need to, but that's not what the collar is about. So but the prong collar, again, there's tons of YouTube videos. You can like literally Google or YouTube any solid canine training does one. There's another girl, oh man, I forget her company, but anyway, you can find 10 to 15 videos easily on how to train on the prong collar. And it's a very like it worked great on both of my dogs once I knew how to use it.
Yeah.
And then the e-collar and prong collars can cost like anywhere between like 20 and like $50. I'm pretty sure. And you
Yeah.
can buy them at any pet store pretty much. But they have to fit properly. Like they have to fit snug and tight. So again, watch videos on how to fit your dog for it and how to use it on your dog. The e-collar is a TENS machine that again you place in the right spot on your dog, but it involves way more elaborate training. So but the whole thing about it is that you have a remote. It goes from 1 to 100. It's or 0 to 100 actually, and you find what your working measurement is, I guess, or
Yeah.
intensity. 100 is like a shock, would be like a shock collar, and you're only supposed to use that in like life or death situations, like your dog's running onto the street or whatever. So like for Becky, because I had Becky e-collar trained because she was taking off all the time, and especially at the cottage and especially at dog parks, and she'd be gone for like anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, and you wouldn't know where she was. And I tried working on her e-collar, but I think she's a hound, and that's just the way she is. So we had her e-collar trained, and she's amazing on it. So again, she can still run, and as long as I can see her. And when I say Becky here, I've never pushed a button on this e-collar again. She comes and she sits at my side when I say
Yeah.
Becky here.
Hmm.
So you can use it and you just have like way more control over the dog, and that it's not harmful to them in any way. When like I can only feel the e-collar like on my arm at about 10, 11, 12. And with Becky working inside with her, I work with her at an 8 because dogs are more sensitive, right? So, and when they're
Yeah.
outside, because there's more distraction and they're looking around, then you need to up like the e-collar a little bit more. So when Becky's outside, she's a 12 to 15. But again, it's not hurting her. It's like an annoying, like little itchy thing. But it's a great tool. Again, if you train them properly, you know how to use it. Great tool. So, yes,
Interesting.
prong versus e-collar.
Or
Check it out.
both.
Or both.
Yeah. Because e-collar
Yep.
takes more training, so you'll need more time
Yeah.
to get your dog used to it and what it means exactly when it does go off.
Yeah.
And then the prong collar is more of a instant training.
Instant thing. Yeah. And hands-on training.
Yeah.
And both excellent gifts for your dogs for Christmas.
He's going to be like, ugh. I'd rather jump on the coffee table, on the dining room table. Thank you very much.
I'd rather have Heidi bark at me again.
That was too funny. I even put like treats in front of Heidi, and he was hesitant to come get them.
He did come get them though. It didn't scare him that bad.
Ralph Rooney.
It was just you need to look up the videos on this now. You need to watch people barking at their dogs and their reactions. Yeah, so I didn't it's funny because I didn't try scaring him so bad, and he did come and get the treats afterwards.
Yeah. When you were pretending to eat them.
Yes.
He was
But
like,
anyways,
hell no.
but you need to go and look at these videos because they're like online of people barking at their dogs because it's hilarious. It is so
I will.
funny. They all like react in like super different ways, but like some of them very similar to the way that Ralph did.
Yeah. It was
You,
just like, what?
you know when dogs like jerk their head back like in shock, like they're just like, what the heck is going on? That's sort of what happened with Ralph, and it is what happens a lot like in these videos. But yes, you do need to check it out. It is
Oh,
hilarious.
I will.
It is hilarious.
Is that a wrap?
I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap again.
It's a Christmas wrap.
It's a Christmas wrap.
Let's wrap it up with a pretty little bow.
And we did a little oopsie again last week. Sorry, folks.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Let's oops Snoots.
We did it again. Let's oops Snoots.
Let's oops Snoots. Tune in
We'll
to
be
Let's
back.
Oops Snoots.
When we know we won't be there, we'll say, tune in to Let's Oops Snoots.
Yes.
But if we know we're going to be there, we'll say, let's boop Snoots.
Let's boop Snoots. So tune in next week.
What's it going to be?
Snoots.
Boop. Boop.